Hey world! Welcome to White Tea Inspiration. So, the reason why I'm creating this YouTube channel is because I am starting over. I actually have a great quote that talks about it. And it says, when you let go, you create the space for something better. So to me, white just represents like a clean slate, being able to, build upon whatever you want. So I'm a clinical social worker. I have resigned from my government job effective November the 20th. I have been unemployed and I have been happily unemployed because my job, I was just burned out. I relocated to Los Angeles June of this year for a promotion. I was working with the same population, the homeless population, individuals who dealt with chronic mental illness, chronic substance use. And it just really started. I noticed that I was just bringing home a lot of stress, having sleepless nights, having tension in my shoulders, just not feeling passionate about what I do. Like sometimes I would document, I just do the bare minimum at work. And that's not the type of person I am. I'm a very like when it comes to like work in school, I'm like an overachiever. When I was in Baltimore working with the same populations, like all my evaluations hit outstanding. So I noticed I just was not into it and I felt like the passion had left. So going to work was like a dread. I decided after one day I came home because I just felt ill. And it wasn't because I had a cold or anything, I ate anything bad. I felt physically ill because I think my soul was like, look, I'm tired. You are a cheerleader, not a crisis manager. You cannot continue to put yourself through this because as a social worker, it's not like, you just like at Amazon, right? So they say you have 500 orders to do before you leave. So you do those orders and you leave. But at social work, there are clients that will have you up at night, sleepless, praying for them, hoping that they're okay because, you really care. And, with the population with chronically substance use, they could overdose or mental illness, they could harm themselves or someone else. So there are times where you're just like, oh my gosh, like I really hope this client is okay. I hope he gets help, he or she gets help. And it was really draining on me. And it wasn't until I started to experience it physically that I could see that, okay, you know what? The money is great. It was hard. It was like in social work, when you have a government job, you're hitting the jackpot. Like I walked away from the jackpot. But I have been the happiest since I left the jackpot. And it's because my life mantra now is I'm going with the flow of my peace and happiness. So I just spend my days just doing things that make me happy, like whether it's just being in nature or going to the movies or playing games on a tablet or watching TV. I just do, whatever I feel like I want to do at that time, I do it because what I realized, self-care is not something you do on a weekend. Like you have to do self-care every single day. It was like, the saying, you cannot pour from an empty cup. I was pouring from an empty cup and that last little bit of drip, I was still pouring that, into my friends, into family, and I realized it just was very unhealthy for me. And that's why I had to tell my friends and family, like I really have to spend this time alone. In the process of spending time alone, I watch documentaries like minimalism and different documentaries about just society and how it really conditions us to consume a lot of things. And because we are consumers, we will stay in jobs that do not do any satisfaction for us, that we can't stand because we want the money. And what I realized, money gets you material things, but peace and happiness is truly priceless. And to me personally, I have gifts and talents where I could possibly start my own business or I can work somewhere else and use those gifts and talents. And no, I might not make as much money, but I'll be happier. And I realized that is all that matters, is true happiness. I want a life where I don't have to take a vacation from, or I do not have to retire from, because I'm just full of what I'm doing. I also started to reflect on how society kind of just tells us how we should be as, as a woman, how I should be as a black woman. And I decided that, I want to spend some time to figure out what I want to do as a being. I just want to be a being. I want to be a being that's happy, that's not buying all these material things and where her success is a badge of just like achievement. Because if you really look at it, there's a lot of celebrities who overdose, who commit suicide, who are, you know, in and out of jail. And it's because money is not everything. Money does not solve your problems. So if you think like, yeah, I'm getting a bag, to celebrate someone, it's like, okay, you can get the bag, but you still gonna have you. And the question is like, whose truth are you living? And then what is your truth? I've realized my truth for me, I'm still kind of unfolding that each day, but I know that definitely happiness, peace, love, fulfillment, those are things that I'm going to make my truth. Self-care, doing what I love on my terms and not feeling trapped by, you know, allowing money to be my master or material things to be my master, because really that's what those things are. We spend a lot of time towards the commute to work, at work, and then coming home from work. It's a good portion of our day. And if we can't stand that, that's a good portion of your day, of your life, that you can't stand. So I'm hoping through just documenting my journey of unemployment, of self-care and self-fulfillment, that other people will be encouraged, not just say just drop your job, but just take some things in consideration. Like, you know, should you be looking for other job, or can you start a business with your gifts and talents? Because I believe that a lot of us don't do things out of fear, feeling uncertain. And trust me, I am a planner. And the fact that I have no plan for what's next, like when I told my mother I was resigning, she was like, are you thinking clearly? Because she didn't care I was burnt out. She's just thinking like your security is gone. And yes, in a sense, the security net is gone, but just for a moment. Like, I'm not going to let any job hold me bondage to unhappiness, to limiting my gifts and my abilities just because I want a consistent paycheck. That to me is no longer my truth. My truth is peace and happiness. So I want to leave you all with this. May you be bold, beautiful, kind, fearless, and most importantly, be you. So stay tuned. This is going to be my journey to freedom, White Tea Chronicles. And yeah, I also, one more thing before I leave. I do believe that it's important to release in order to receive. And this is, like I said, the quote earlier, it says, you know, once you let go, I'm definitely creating a space for something better. Have a great day, everyone.